and welcome. My name is Ali. I am the owner and founder of Goff Legal, and today we're going to go over some of the information you might need for your grandparents. It was Grandparents' Day. We did a lovely post. We got some great comments, and I got to thinking that a lot of us have loved ones. Maybe they live close, maybe they live far, but they are grandparents, and they might need a little help. So today I'm just going to go over a few things that I want you to check in with your grandparents, or maybe your favorite person who is a little older than you and might need a little support in their life. So first, I'd love for you to confirm that they have an estate plan. And when I say estate plan, I'm looking for, at least here in California, a trust, a will, a power of attorney, and a healthcare directive at a minimum. Those are our core 4 documents that most people need in California, especially if they have real estate or they have specific instructions of where they want their things to go. So talk to your grandparents and go, Grandma, Grandpa, you've got an estate plan, right? And if they say, I never got around to it, you might encourage them to talk to an attorney and figure out what might work for them in terms of getting a plan and having all of their, we call them ducks in a row, make sure that all their ducks in a row, everything's taken care of. Second, importantly, if they have an estate plan or they don't, maybe review with them their beneficiary designations, because a lot of accounts are in joint tenancy, or they only have one owner, or perhaps one of their spouses has passed away and they're the only person left as a beneficiary. Doesn't really work well. That means we might be going to probate or have a beneficiary designation that we didn't want. It was from 15, 20 years ago. So having them look at those beneficiary designations. Who's the account owner? Who gets the account when you're gone? If they have a trust, I like most accounts to be in trust. If they have IRAs, oftentimes we'll have beneficiaries that are living, breathing, healthy adult beneficiaries. I do encourage anyone who has a plan to talk to their attorney about exactly what their beneficiary designations could be, because they can be very personalized and very important to make sure we don't mess that up. Thirdly, talk to them about the end of life decisions they want to make. I know this can be sort of uncomfortable, and maybe the grandkids are better than the parents, maybe a little more removed, but what would happen if you were in the hospital in a coma? What kind of funeral would you like us? How would you like us to remember you by? I think those are important conversations to have. Not every person or grandparent's going to want to have those conversations, but you don't know until you ask. Something you can invite and have a conversation with. Lastly, stay close. Pay attention. Our elderly are sometimes the most vulnerable populations, and they are susceptible to a lot of fraud. The IRS called and said they want, by the way, pause. The IRS never calls. They're not going to call anyone. They're not going to call you or your grandparents. So it's those kinds of scams that people get. There's one of them where someone calls and they go, Grandma? And Grandma goes, Ali? And they go, yes, it's Ali. Okay, well, right? I'm trapped. I need bail money. I don't want to call my parents. So they called the grandparents. Grandparents go, oh my gosh, you trusted me. Thank you. And they start writing checks, or they give them account information over the phone, right? Those of us are like, that's crazy. I would never do that. But when you're a little bit older and you're not familiar with technology, or this is a new thing for you, you might actually send someone money. Prepaid gift cards are a big red flag. Anyone that threatens to send anyone to jail for not paying a bill, right? Those are big red flags. Caregivers, we often love caregivers, but we also want to stay really close. So I love grandchildren and children sticking around, checking in with the grandparents, seeing how they're doing, making sure that everyone around them in the neighborhood and elsewhere knows that they have someone looking out for them. That's really, really important, because oftentimes the people who notice fraud are not the person who's been victimized. It's actually their family members. And then as a last resort, let's say that you're talking with a grandparent and they're not accepting help. They don't want help. They have dementia and didn't get estate planning documents, and you have no idea how to help them. As a last resort, conservatorship is an option. I don't love it because it's expensive and time consuming and public, and most estate plans can avoid all of that, but it is still an option. So if you have a loving relationship with someone that's not accepting help and you're concerned, or just a relationship and you know that they need help, you can contact an attorney to talk about conservatorship. You're not sure that's the right thing, or you know someone near you, but you're not really close to them, you can always call Adult Protective Services and have them do a welfare check and see if it's something they might need assistance with. I will note that Adult Protective Services is not going to solve all the world's problems, and oftentimes they need to be called more than once if there's an actual issue. You can always call the police on the non-emergency line, or if it's an emergency, call the police and see if they can assist. So I hope this has been helpful, and this will give you guys a little bit of information on what to do with your grandparents. And if you are a grandparent listening to this, please get your ducks in a row. Please take care of your estate plan so that your loved ones don't have to deal with the hassle after you're gone. They'll have enough to be sad about and to deal with. My name is Ali Goff. I'm the owner of Goff Legal. If you need any information, you can email us at info@gofflegal.com or call us at 916-625-6556. Have a wonderful day.